Did you know I could have been higher? I could feel the heartbeat. Did you fall for me? I'm not the boy you wanted. Did you follow me home? I'm not the boy you wanted, girl. I'm not the boy you chose to be. I'm not the boy you wanted, girl. I'm not the boy you chose to be.
China, also the Forbidden City. You can find some of his video footage, a lot of his video footage actually on YouTube, and I advise you to really check out his YouTube channel. So his name is Steele Davis. Welcome on stage.
Guten Tag. How's it going? Let me show you exactly. So I guess he introduced me. My name is Steele Davis, and I fly drones professionally. And not just your average drones. I fly these little toys. So this is the actual drone that I fly in all of my videos, and I'll show you guys a video here in a minute that I think I understood what he said, but he said I've flown in a lot of weird places. So I've been to like Chernobyl and the Great Wall of China and Hawaii and all kinds of really unique places, and flown these drones in all different environments. So what makes this drone special from like what your typical drones would be doing is this is actually flown as if you were sitting in the cockpit of an airplane. So everything inside of this drone moves the same way it would as if you were in a plane. So when you bank left, you bank to the left. If you bank right, it banks to the right. So making this look cinematic and being able to use this for videography can be seemingly challenging because of the bank angle of the camera. But let me show you exactly what kind of equipment that you would use with this type of drone. So this is the drone itself. There's a battery on top. This is the battery. They only last 3 minutes. Sounds like a short amount of time compared to most drones, which a lot of people actually complain because, you know, they only fly 15 minutes. So 3 minutes is, you know, not a lot of time. But it's at a very high rate of speed, so you can get tired after 3 minutes. And this is the bag that I take with me everywhere. So this has my drones on it. There's two, just a backup in case something goes wrong. And I have a bag of propellers because that is the only thing that you break on these. They're made of carbon fiber and very durable. So the propellers, which are made of like a polycarbonate plastic, which is very flexible, this is really the only thing you break, so you bring a lot of them. Then inside here we have the radio controller, which is like a typical RC radio controller. So again, this is pretty much like flying an RC model plane, but you have one extra element, and that is being able to see what the drone sees in real time. There is extremely low latency, so you're actually able to maneuver these things as if you were sitting in them, and they do fly at a very high rate of speed. So as you'll see in the video, it's like, how is he doing that? Well, there's very little latency because of the video signal that's being transmitted backwards to these goggles. So in essence, you have the radio controller, which is sending a signal from my thumbs to the drone itself, and then in return the drone is sending a signal back to these goggles, which I see through these two optics back here, and it's picked up via an analog signal. So this is like only one channel, like your old TVs, so you can only have so many people in the air, and that is the one drawback with these type of drones right now. Is you'll see races and it's like, well, why isn't there 50 people in the air racing? And it's because there is only so many analog channels that can be used. So without further ado, let me kind of introduce you to what can be done with these types of drones. And if I lost the little clicker. So this is a video from 2017. These are all the places that I went last year. And let's go. Is there audio? Maybe not. There we go. Let's do it. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do a Q&A here in a minute, but I wanted to tell you guys exactly like how do I do this professionally and like what was all that? Obviously it was really cool, but how do you make money doing that, or how do you fly this toy perceivably and kind of, you know, influence people or whatever I do with these videos. So originally it just started out with me making videos. Like I edit and all of my content I create myself, so I fly it. I decide what I want to film, what kind of shots I want to get, and then I put it together and pick a song, I edit it all together. And all of that stuff was like a learned skill. Like I had never done video editing. I went to school for electronics engineering and kind of got out of school and didn't want to work a 9 to 5. So I started teaching rock climbing and then eventually stumbled across this on YouTube, which inspired me to get into it. And then through that, I am where I am today, which, so with these things, this is a very niche hobby. There's obviously drones, there's commercial drones where people are using them for aerial photography, for agricultural inspection, and depending on where you are, they can be used for anything, military use. And this is like the skateboarding of drones is kind of my perception of what this is. So you're flying around, there's not a lot of people in the world that do it, but there are enough to sustain this small niche hobby. It'll only get bigger as technology gets better. Our real main drawback right now is the battery consumption because, like I said, these things only last 3 minutes and the analog video signal. So as technology gets better and we get to a digital system where you can run more than 6 people in the air at the same time, then it'll become more affordable and more accessible to people that want to get into it and fly with their friends, have 20, 30 people in the air. And then as the battery technology gets better, you can fly for longer. So with that being said, what I do with this stuff is I basically make a formula that enables people to build something, because this is all custom built. So all of this stuff, you have to buy it and build it. There are some off-the-shelf options, but a lot of these things are custom built, and you'll notice as you initially get into it, you'll be like, oh, I want to buy something off the shelf, but then you crash it because these crash a lot, and that's why they're so durable. But as you crash it, you'll realize, oh, well, it's broken now and I need to fix it. How do I fix it? And the only real way to know how to fix it is to build it first, unless you just want to reverse engineer what you take apart, which can be difficult. So what I do is I've created a formula where this stuff flies really well because there is a lot of PID tuning and a lot of tuning to make these things fly well and get stable video. So I've created a formula that enables you to be able to build something through a series of parts. All of these parts are from different manufacturers from all over the world. We have Australian frame, you have Chinese motors, German ESCs. There's the company that makes the flight controllers. The system is in Hamburg. So there's a lot of really intricate stuff on here that's taken a lot of people from all over the world to be able to create and then put together in a formula, and I'm kind of that person that has put it together into this particular formula. And that's how I do it professionally. And on the side, I do actually fly for different companies. So I've done shoots with Vice, BMW, Red Bull, GoPro, all the companies for extreme sports. These things can do about 70 to 100 miles an hour, and you can get in really tight spaces. Obviously, they're not going to hurt you unless you're wearing like a t-shirt. If you're wearing like long sleeve, there's a lot of snowboard and ski stuff done with this, and obviously car chasing scenes are very easy because the damage risk is very low. So with that being said, we have 3 minutes of question and answer. Does anybody have a question for me? If not, okay.
Yes, we have a microphone for you. Just a question. Our system is on its way.
Just one question. So what is the time that the time of the whole money, I don't know, that you are spending between your hobby and the business? What is the split between both? Because I presume that you need to learn, you need to improve, you need to buy new features, new devices.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you need to make some money.
Yeah.
So what is the in-between balance?
How do I balance those two? Okay, so initially it started out, like I said, as a hobby. So, I literally would wake up every day and fly all day as much as I could. And it didn't really turn into a career until about a year and a half ago. And now doing it as a career, I've reached a plateau as far as skill, as far as videography is concerned, where I can pretty much, I train myself to be able to go to any location and be able to fly exactly how I want to fly with very little risk. And that's kind of what I train myself particular for. So when I go to a location and I'm flying in like those weird locations, the risk of crashing is very, very low because I'm flying at like 60% of what my skill level would be. So I'm not really pushing myself that hard. So for that type of commercial work, I don't really have to push myself per se. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird balance where if I want to fly for fun and get better as a pilot, I do it on my own time and I maybe 10 hours a week, and the rest is just, you know, marketing and dealing with whatever business orientation or business I need to deal with. So not a lot now that it's a business. So, you know, when you make your hobby your business, you do a lot less of your hobby and more business, but I still have fun and I enjoy it, and I enjoy the creation side of it. So, good question.
Are there more questions in the audience? Yes, one over here.
Yep.
Why don't you use a one-cam split instead of a GoPro?
Okay, so
There was a technical question concerning the camera.
Yeah, I'll try to answer it in time. So what he asked was, there is actually 2 cameras on this drone. There's a GoPro Session, which is like an old school. It's actually discontinued now, and they have a bigger camera that's available to the public. But there's 2 cameras. We have the video camera that's inside here, which is the protected one, which is the one I'm flying through. And then you have the camera on top, which is recording the HD video that you saw. And this gentleman asked why I don't use a camera as one camera to do all of that. Because there is a camera called the RunCam Split that actually would negate this camera, reduce a lot of weight on the aircraft itself, in turn making it more maneuverable and giving you an HD video from this camera. And the reason is because the GoPro audio and the video are like here, and the like HD video that you would get from this are, you know, kind of right. They're not necessarily there yet. And also there's a couple features as far as being able to adjust pertaining to the setting that you're in. So if you're in like a low light situation, or you're in an area where you want to film something and frame it a certain way, then you need to adjust the frame size of the camera, and having an external designated camera enables you to do that.